Recording has started.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and apologies for all the technical issues. Fortunately, we could sort this out now a few minutes late. My name is Claudia Barbusch. I'm an associate professor of neuroscience at the medical school at Plymouth University. But today I'm not here to talk about a little bit of my research, which is actually on neurostem cells and brain tumors. But I'm here in my other function as current Deputy Director of Doctoral College for the faculty, one of the two. And so I'm going to talk a bit about postgraduate research and in particular the degree opportunities that they are on offer on the faculty, which may be of interest to you. And so it's just going a little bit through of what is a postgraduate research degree, why you may be interested in it, and how would you do it. And then an overview of what are the research degrees we have available in the faculty and the research areas and specialisms, research topics. Then briefly what support there is for research degrees and where you can get basically all the information, including how to apply and contacts. So a research degree, very briefly, in a nutshell, is a piece of original independent research. And it's also a training process. So you're expected to undertake training, and you will have an opportunity to develop a wide range of skills. So according to the framework of the higher education qualifications in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, this is the definition of doctoral degrees. So when they are awarded to candidates that create and interpret new knowledge to basically extend the forefront of the discipline of their thesis, of their doctoral degrees. So why do you might want to do a research degree? So there are varied reasons for people in different stages of their careers or study. So perhaps you want to engage for the first time with research work, or you want to re-engage with research. Maybe you had a previous research experience that might be small or larger, might have been during your undergraduate degree, might have been during a postgraduate course, for example, a taught master. But it could also be that you just have always have been quite interested about a certain subject, maybe linked to your current position or to a position that you might had before, or to your study. So there might be different reasons for it. You may want to have a degree to as part of your training as an academic, and most of all, I think in all cases, a degree will be something that will develop your career and may open up future opportunities. And therefore, many people want and embark on a degree with one of the goals being towards career development. So how do you go about doing a research degree? So similar to other universities, and Plymouth is not different. So you work independently with the help of a supervisory team towards developing a research project that you had discussed at the beginning with your supervisors. And here at Plymouth, you have at least two supervisors. One of each is the main or director of studies, and then 1 to 3 other supervisors. And they provide throughout the entire degree guidance support. You will be registered in a school of the university, and the school belongs to a faculty. You'll be embedded in their research cultures and take part in the life there, have the opportunities to participate in events, seminars, etc. Then you will have doctoral college from the university behind you doing the administration, doing program regulation, and also what we call the researcher development program, which I will talk in a few minutes a little bit more. And then importantly, I guess for this audience in particular, you also we have a variety of external partners, and one of which is the NHS. So you can do a degree together or in partnership with the NHS. So research at university is ambitious. Many of our researchers have won multiple awards. And to give you a very brief overview, more than 3/4 of our research has been recently in the 2021 REF exercise. So that's Research Excellence Framework, is a review of the research quality, and that's done by the UK higher education funding bodies. They have deemed the research at Plymouth of more than 3/4 of it of international excellence level, so three or 4-star. We do have excellent facilities and excellent centers, and the university has invested on those over the years. And these are just a few examples that may interest you. For example, we have a Peninsula Clinical Trials Unit, we have the Derryford Research Facilities. That's just this picture. It's just on the side of the hospital, and that hosts medical and biomedical research. We also have recently since recently, a brand new brain research and imaging center, the BRIC, which some of you may already be using, and different centers of research. One of them is the Plymouth Brain Tumor Research Center, which I work for as well. And like I said, research at Plymouth work with varied external partners, the NHS, but other charity of government bodies like Public Health England, Brain Tumor Research, Alzheimer's Society, etc. So the research done, it has real impact on real lives, and I'm not going through them, but just leave you here 3 examples that how important and how significant that research is. So what's also that I wanted to say is that as a researcher doing a research degree, you be part of a community that really relies on the work. So postgraduate research is an extremely important component of all the groups doing research at Plymouth and together with their partners. And these are basically the degrees that are available. So all schools, including the medical school, have doctorate degrees and a master's degree available. So the doctor degrees are PhD, and in the case of the medical school, also a medical doctor or MD. A few schools have other doctoral degrees, like, for example, the psychology school has a doctor of clinical psychology. So PhDs and MDs are the doctor degrees available, and then ResM, or Research Master, is the master's degree. They have different lengths, and what you see here is the duration full-time. But there is also a part-time mode for any of these PhD, MD, or ResM research degrees. Like I said, the MD is always in the medical school, and only for candidates which are GMC registered. There are minimal requirements for starting one of these degrees. I'm not going through them in detail, just to say that first ones is that candidates must have a university degree, which is of upper class or upper second or first class, And there are, if you're non-English language, if English is not your native language and you have not done a previous degree in the UK, then there is a minimum language requirements. There are also requirements for the program or project in question, which would have to be discussed with supervisors. So if nothing else from this talk, it would be nice if you could note down this website here, and I would ask Amber, if possible, to please put it on the chat, and I will try to do it also later on. And where do you get, this is the website where you get all the information basically that you need if you're curious about postgraduate research and research degrees with us, with the faculty. And that page is this one here, and you can see that it is listed. So all the 6 schools are listed. And if you then click on each of them, you will have a list of the degrees. And so, for example, if you would click on the Peninsula Medical School, it will list you the PhD, the ResM, and the MD degree. And this is the page how the MD degree will appear. And you can see that then within here, you can have all information about entry requirements, fees, costs, and also funding, and how to apply. So there's all the information there, and I'm not going through the details. This is mainly to tell you how you can get this easily. You can also see that further down the page, you will have links to research and staff directories, and that's very important. Just want to note down that the directors of study, the first supervisors, will have to be also academics that have a contract with the university. So these might be clinicians, and there is a lot of clinician colleagues that are also academics, and then they may act as directors of study. So if you want to have an idea of the areas and research topics, what I would advise is you to look in the same page down below. It's written, identify your area of interest, and that's where you should go. So that takes you to this page here, to the Plymouth Institute of Health and Care Research. And that's our institute up here. And that's a large institute that encompasses the research of all the researchers at the faculty. And broadly, their interests can be grouped in these 4 categories: research related to brain and mind, future-ready health and care system, health across the life course, and frontiers in discovery science. As you can see, these are very broad terms. And within, if you click on any of this, it will take you to more specific topics. And then within those specific topics, you actually will have the contacts of the people that work there, so of the group leaders that you should contact in case it's your area of interest. They might act as directors of study or help indicate who might. So as an example, so if I would click here in the Frontiers in Discovery Science theme, this is where it will take me. And these are key areas of research, for example, cancer, infection immunity and inflammation, neuroscience, oral health, eye and vision, and research related to brain and imaging. So, and then, as I said, further on, if I would click on any of these, it will take me to the different groups and group leads that do research, and a little bit more in detail, what research do they carry on their interests. So now I'm just going to highlight something that may be of interest to you, which is, or some of you, which is, what about if you already have a body of research that you have done. So what if you are already research active, you have published, but you don't have a research degree. And so the university offers a doctor degree, which is a PhD on the basis of prior published works. And this has become increasingly popular with colleagues internally, but also externally. So you can get all the information about this also from that very same webpage, and that's where you get it from. And basically, this degree allows you during a year to develop a thesis based on a coherent body of works that you have published, that you have developed and have published. It's a part-time degree, and you will be allocated a director of studies, which will help you develop that thesis, and at least one other supervisor. So to apply for this, there's is slightly different from the other regular PhDs or master PhD or master degrees or MD, and it's a two-stage application. The first of all is simply an expression of interest, which you can submit to doctoral college. So, like I said, this may be of interest of you if you are already research active, but had not worked towards a postgraduate research degree in the past. All right, so in terms of support, all postgraduate researchers can benefit from this research development program. This is developed and continuously developed by doctoral college, by a team working on research skills, and it really offers a huge variety. These are more than 400 different courses and types of training over the year towards developing your research and professional skills. And you can see there are 4 domains on knowledge and intellectual abilities, personal effectiveness, research governance and organization, as well as engagement, influence, and impact of your work and your research work. So it's really a very rich, varied program, and researchers postgraduate researchers at some point of their journey in their degree are likely to benefit from this support. Of course, the university has a variety of other support groups from which postgraduate researchers can take advantage of. They are available to them. That's including well-being services, career advice, library services, disability services, etc. So in addition to these, and as I mentioned, you will be embedded in a research culture of the school, faculty and university. There's a full range of events which you can take part and be engaged with. Obviously, you will have meetings with the supervisory team, and some of these meetings are actually mandatory. Apologies. But aside this, there's departments or schools run seminar series which you would be able to take part, workshop events, public engagement, events to raise awareness, etc. The university has a website with a full range of events and a calendar, which are very interesting and varied. And so I would really encourage you to take a look at. You can just Google it, browse events at Plymouth University, and you can see that some of them are just a couple of hours. Others are more lengthy workshops, varied natures, and you can really feel part of the academic life, feel part of the research culture. That's just an example of an event taking place quite soon, so on the 16th, to raise awareness of cardiac arrest. So it sounds quite interesting. So where do you get the information? Like I said, all from this webpage, you will be able to get to all the sites needed. Further down the page, you have the links to basically all you need to know. So all for doctoral college. All the details on programs, applications, fees, loans, but also studentship opportunities. I should highlight that every school has also a postgraduate research coordinator, an academic, which will be able to help with with any postgraduate matter in the school and direct you appropriately. In the medical school, that is Professor David Parkinson here. So for all queries and as a starting point, this is the generic email as just doctoral college altogether at Plymouth. And that's the contact really to have in mind and then to start off from there. So that's my last slide. So what could you do? What's next? So if you're interested, either now or later on, check out the research areas that are available and the expertise, the specialisms that we have available. You can contact directly. We encourage you to contact directly potential supervisors. And for that, you have your school and faculty contacts from the page. Look out for funding opportunities. You may be able to self-fund the degree, but there are also calls for university studentships. There are funding bodies such as research councils that also may advertise funding opportunities and match funding as well. And Jobs SC UK is where typically external advertisement for university studentships will go, and then apply. That's the main contact, and here, and I'll just leave it here. And if anyone has any questions, I'll be happy to take. So thanks very much, and I hope that interests and raises your curiosity about postgraduate research. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you. And any questions, I'll be here.
Hi, Claudia. It's
Hello.
Chris Ronson from the research department.
Yes, hi.
Are there any plans in the future to do a PhD which combines an MBA as well? Because I've heard that a few places were trying to do that because it would be quite useful, because if you end up running a big research group, having a kind of a business administration background is quite useful.
That's a very interesting perspective. We don't have that yet, but I think it would be nice. Yes, we don't have any plans currently, but that's a quite interesting option.
Okay.
All right, can go, please. All right. Apologies for that.
Does anyone else have any questions for Claudia at all? I'm not surprised actually, because it was very thorough. It certainly piqued my interest, Claudia. So I'll have to have a look at the page.
Well, I will thank you very much then, and like I said, any questions, please direct them to this email. There will be, as a team, promptly replying and direct you to either admin or academics, depending on the nature of the question. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.